Alrighty, y'all, so the hype continues with the 1.5 anniversary. Even though it has not started yet, I think everyone is just hyped for it. But I want to talk about one thing that I've seen people go crazy about during the live stream, but no one really talk about after the live stream, which I thought a lot of people would talk about, right? But it's really the story chapter, right? So obviously, if you do not know, we are getting chapter 29 and 30, right? Oh, these are my PGR stuff. Let me close that stuff. We are getting chapter 29 and 30 for this update, which is surprising because I thought we weren't actually going to get a story, right? It does make sense, obviously, because it's the anniversary, but we just got a story chapter for Eleg, and I don't know if they've ever done a story update this close besides like when the game first came out. So I'm glad they got a new story chapter because that means I can finally progress, which is good. But in the story chapter here, they showed a specific character which I want to talk about, because this character is a character that most likely will now be the anniversary character. I want to talk about that. So I'm going to play the trailer for you guys, and then I'm going to show you guys what is going on right here.
I shall see you dead.
So that's the crystal cluster. Or a hive, rather.
That idiot. The unknown is approaching at high speed.
What is your mission? What do you live for?
What is she doing here?
So this is actually insane. For anyone who does not still understand or know who this is, this character goes by the name of Anna Chiro, aka Cinderella. Now, one thing that we've noticed about this game specifically is that the pilgrims we end up getting are pilgrims that are at least in the main story, right? Unless they get another version of themselves, right? So obviously Snow White, we got another version of Snow White, I guess. We got a small version of her, but she's not in the main story because we already have the other Snow White in the main story. We got another version of Scarlet, but Scarlet was already in the main story, right? Both Snow White and Scarlet are characters from the past for the characters that are already here in the present, right? So one thing is we do get characters that are introduced in the story, or at least are in the main story. We never have gotten like a new pilgrim that didn't have a variant that just ended up dropping, right? So obviously Crown is the newest pilgrim. She's in the story. Modernia, she was in the story. Red Hood in the story. Dorothy in the story. Even though Red Hood came out, like Red Hood was talked about and stuff like that, but they introduced her in the story with the update, if that makes sense. Like they were talking about her for quite some time, but they showed her actual like transformation look, I guess, in the story. So yeah, but I do think having these characters be in the main story helps us understand what the character is going to be for a said event, right? Hence why I was able to predict why, you know, Crown was gonna be this anniversary, right? This is how I knew Crown was gonna be this anniversary. Now I did think Crown was gonna be a New Year's thing, but they ended up putting it for the Scarlet, which obviously I could not predict because that's just another variant of a character. Obviously I wasn't gonna assume it was a Scarlet, but Crown I didn't know it was gonna be this one. Dorothy in advance I knew it was gonna be Dorothy. Red Hood months in advance I knew it was gonna be Red Hood, right? And I'm telling you guys right now, months in advance, that the second year anniversary will most likely be this character, because if you take a look at the current characters we have in the story pilgrim wise, there's only like a few left, and some of these characters were already not necessarily confirmed, right? But back in the days where, you know, the game first came out, or even just like back in the days like a few months ago, right, some characters were confirmed to be certain things, right? Liberalia was confirmed, not by Nikke obviously, unfortunately, but Nikke was Liberalia was confirmed to be a liberation character, right? So that just takes her off the board for her obviously being a summonable character. Same thing happened with Nihilister, right? She was confirmed to be a liberation character before she actually dropped, so that just took her off the board as well for a summonable thing, right? So right now the current pilgrims that we do not have that are in the main story are Liberalia, which again, she's out. We have Indivilia, which I think she's also might be a liberation, but I'm not 1,000,000% sure there. I've seen a lot of people saying that she was like leaked to be a liberation. I never seen anything like that, so I don't know. We have now Anichiro, and then we also have Grave, and then we also have Chime, right? Those are the only ones that I believe we have as a pilgrim in the main story that they've yet to introduce, or at least get a playable character. I think it's just those like those 5, right? So literally I don't think Chime, right? And I don't want to say it comes down to the hype and stuff like that, but even the devs themselves, I think it was in this video right here, I don't know exactly where because it's a 25-minute video. I think in this video themselves, they said they know what characters are hype and they like towards the community, you know what I mean? They said they know what characters are hyped towards the community, or they know what, you know, the community wants. It was either this Dev Notes or Shifty or Anise in the actual like live stream. I forgot who said it, but they did say that yesterday, right? So we do know, obviously they know what is hype. And when you think of the current characters we have, which is again Liberalia, Indivilia, Chime, right, Grave, and then now Anichiro, the only 2 that are considered hyped out of the 3, or out of the 5, I guess, that can actually be summonable would be Anichiro, Grave, right? Because I don't think Chime is that hype in terms of like people. If Chime got a banner, I could honestly see people skipping because they don't like Chime as a pilgrim, right? Pilgrims like have to have that kind of aesthetic about them. Chime just does not have that, unfortunately. I do like Chime as a character though, but that's more because of how she acts towards Crown, right? But Chime as a character does not really have an aesthetic towards her. Don't mind all those stuff, right? Look at her, right? This is not like what a pilgrim should be looking like. I'm sorry, but it's not. A pilgrim should not be looking like this. But when you look at someone like, you know, Cinderella, right, Nikke, whatever, let me open up a bigger image, right? When you look at her, she has that pilgrim aesthetic. When you look at, you know, Grave, for example, Grave and Nikke, when you look at this, you know, character, she has that pilgrim aesthetic, not necessarily with the look in terms of the outfit, but mainly with that weapon, right? That weapon is what gives her the pilgrim look. The helmet gives her that pilgrim look, right? The shoes and the pants are like what the hell, but the jacket, the mask, obviously the coffin, these are things that give her that pilgrim look, right? So I'm not talking about Liberalia, I'm not going to talk about Indivilia because those are most likely liberation characters. I don't know if they're going to change their mind, but you know, but I do think because of, you know, Anichiro now being in the main story, this is most likely going to be the 2nd year anniversary character, right? Honestly, I don't think they could do anybody else for the 2nd anniversary character. Who would be more hype than Crown to be the 2nd year anniversary character from the current pilgrims? I mean, maybe a lot of people find everybody else who is the current pilgrims that are not like playable yet to be better. Not only that, I don't want to bring this back up, but there was already a leak as well for Anichiro's SD model. Y'all don't forget about that. So now that she's in the main story and we already have the leak for the SD model, it's all but confirmed that Anichiro will be the 2nd year anniversary, which is going to be coming in 6 months. So honestly, your boy might start saving, like just start buying all the packs and stuff, because I want Anichiro so much. I think this is like the coolest character in Pilgrim, or not the coolest character, because I think Liberalia is still the coolest for me, right? That's who my personal favorite is in terms of the coolest Pilgrim, right? I think Liberalia was the coolest for me. But you guys let me know what you think, right? Do you think that maybe I'm wrong when I say that Anichiro is the 2nd anniversary with all this information laid out? I don't think so, honestly, but you guys can let me know what you think down below in the comments. It's your boy Zxous. I'm not telling you guys to skip out on Crown and start saving for Anichiro, because again, there's a 6 months gap. Not only that, come on, Crown is a Burst 2 character, the only good one too, so don't be stupid and skip that banner. I'm sorry, you gotta summon for her. But it's your boy Zxous. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know who you guys think. Maybe there's a pilgrim I'm missing as well, right? I know there are some other leaked pilgrims that have never been talked about. Like I know there was a girl with a camel. I'm not talking about those characters obviously, but if there's another pilgrim that I forgot, because I feel like I forgot one, but if there's another pilgrim that I forgot that I did not mention, feel free to correct me down below in the comments. But it's your boy Zxous. I'll see you guys next one. I'm out. Peace.